this savage land. It's quite lovely, dear, isn't it?
Oh, it is quite lovely, isn't it, dear? Could do without all the mosquitoes.
Oh, what's that? Is that a pterodactyl? Oh no!
What would you do?
Hey guys, what up? I'm Dustin. Thanks for watching VideoGameSauce. Today I'm going to be taking a look at X-Men on the Genesis, the Sega Genesis. It's probably on the Mega Drive. I don't know. I'm not in Australia or Europe, Japan. X-Men and me, I love this game. I think it's an awesome game. It's more of like a love-hate relationship. This is a good game, but I suck at this game. It makes me want to rip my hair out, the little bit that I do have. But anyway, I got this copy at a pawn shop for $4. It's not too bad. It was complete in box. The only thing it was missing was the poster, but it has the game and the instructions. And the last thing that was in there, which I thought was sort of neat, was somebody printed out a sort of a cheat sheet for the game, but it doesn't really seem to help because I can't get past the second level. I suck at this game. I've been playing it for years and I'm horrible. But the cool thing about this sheet, it was in here. It's 2 pages and it says DSO, which right away I knew it was old. Then I looked on the bottom and it said 12/18/1999. So it's pretty old. So I'll read some of the tips here for you guys because I think they're kind of funny. It says to avoid Sabretooth and Juggernaut. In the 3rd level, Excalibur's lighthouse, there are 2 rocks, one on each side of the screen. When you fight Sabretooth. To avoid Sabretooth, stand on top of the first rock and use Iceman to create an ice sled to the other rock. If you walk across the bridge, Sabretooth won't appear. This trick can also be used on the 1st level to avoid Juggernaut. I might actually have to try that because I suck at this game. The thing I like mostly about this is the cover. I mean, it's X-Men. You know, I got Wolverine just like... Picture I like the most of this is Cyclops. It looks like Cyclops shooting his laser beam eyes. It's Cyclops, duh. But it looks like he's gonna take a shit because he's going like this. Like he's gonna take a dump. Regular Gambit just kind of going, eh. And then Nightcrawler's in the background just like, alright guys, well without too much further ado, here's X-Men on the Sega Genesis. Enjoy. I'm imitating Wolverine. Magneto makes his move. X-Men.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Dustin, and this is finally my look at X-Men on the Sega Genesis. I'm sure it's absolutely probably on the Mega Drive. I can probably say that without looking. And originally I wanted to read all this text here, which why I recorded it, but it scrolls by so fast I could not keep up, despite the fact that I am a fast reader. I don't know. It seemed to be a problem. I'm like, oh, I should record this for the video, and it just like, there's no way to keep up. And that right there is Magneto. He's the most badass villain in any comic book, in my opinion, because he looks so cool, and he can control metal. I almost said magnets. Well, I guess he is Magnetron. He's a big old microwave. So anyway, the character I picked here is his name is Nightcrawler. He's also very badass. He's the most badass character on the game. Yeah, I mean, the reason being is that, well, you know what, I'll get into it later. I'll show you some examples here. And there's a couple things I didn't know about Nightcrawler originally. His name is Kurt Wagner. And just badass. I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, I always thought Nightcrawler was the coolest. And he still is. I mean, come on. He's in the movies. The one really don't see in the movies. Actually, you know what? I don't even think she's in the movies with Jubilee, but she was all over that cartoon. But basically, I want to talk about the video game here. This is X-Men, like I said, on the Genesis. It's an awesome game, and I don't want anybody to think that I just like the game. I seem to like X-Men 2 on the Genesis a lot. I don't always say on the Genesis because we already know what I'm talking about. X-Men 2 on the Genesis, in my opinion, is a little better game. I don't know. It's just my cup of tea. I mean, they're both good, but that one I'm just sort of leaning to as more of the one that I like a bit more. So. It's a pretty cool game. I mean, it plays well, you know, and my only problem being without the game is that parts like right there where I'm trying to jump on this log up here, or this branch, is that you seem to go right through it if you're not at the correct angle, and here I am using that actual trick I found on that cheat sheet that I talked about earlier, and it actually works. I got to skip Juggernaut because he's a big butt face, and I just don't want to fight him because, I mean, it's not a fair fight anyway. Got a Juggernaut versus... a German Catholic from Bavaria. That's never a fair fight. And there's Jean Grey picking me up with her telekinetic abilities. Basically, she picks you up if you fall off the map or fall somewhere you really shouldn't be. You take damage, but she puts you back up on the level. For the most part, it seems to work, but sometimes it does not. The cool thing about Nightcrawler, and that I said earlier, is that why he's the most badass in the game is because Nightcrawler's ability is to teleport through walls, as well as if you're stationary and you use his ability, you don't take damage, and you also damage the enemy if they're touching you, which is really cool. You know, and in this part here, in hindsight, I could have defeated what's her name? I forget. Let me take a look here real quick. Deathbird. This is Deathbird, and I believe it's Deathbird. Don't quote me on that, but I could have easily beaten Deathbird if I used Archangel or Storm or or Iceman. Well, not so much Iceman, but yeah, maybe Rogue, because they'll come through and punch you. And there I died. A little bit frustrated. And here's this is Gambit. If you guys have never seen the cartoon or the many movies or played any of the video games, this is Gambit. His history, as far as I know, he's a French Cajun, which means he probably lives in New Orleans, I'm guessing. As far as I remember on the cartoon, that he was always, you know, talking with a little gruff and would always say phrases like "mon ami" and fromage. Not so much. I don't remember. It's been many years since I've seen that cartoon on Fox, which is actually really good. It's sort of the reason why I think they had that boom of X-Men stuff in the 90s. Well, maybe this started to kick the whole damn thing up. I don't know. You know, and it seemed like on the Nintendo that the X-Men games, especially, I think they were just Wolverine games, were just horrible, as the angry video game nerd has pointed out to everybody. I haven't had the unfortunate displeasure to play those games, but as you guys know, I love to play and pick up old shitty video games because because old shitty video games are cheap, and it makes my life a lot easier because, you know, I can take an old crappy video game and talk about it, and like everyone's like, yep, it sucks. You know, he's right. I think the only one I've ever been wrong on was Town and Country Surf Designs when it Wood and Water Rage, which actually seems like people sort of dig that game, which is weird because I thought it was a piece of shit, but, you know, whatever. I don't know. I was doing it all wrong anyway. And here's Wolverine. His name is Logan. He has his retractable adamantium claws, which are I believe in the X-Men world, which means they're unbreakable. However, not like the Bruce Willis movie. That doesn't make any sense. Just, you know, ignore what I just said there because that was really dumb. Don't unsubscribe because of the dumb. But yeah, Wolverine, he plays okay. I think he seems to play a little bit better in for the second game. Like, I mean, like I said before, like sometimes jumping up on the platforms, like if you're not spot on, really is a problem. And like you can hit it, if you hit it at a funny angle, you just fall right off and fall off a level. It's really frustrating. But you know, in the second part, one of the good things about playing as Magneto and Wolverine is that when you use their, like, backing up, Nightcrawler, if you press the punch button or kick button, he does that lunge thing, which makes it a lot easier to jump through certain parts. And Wolverine here as well does that little lungy thing. But sometimes if you want to actually hit an enemy, you go flying through a platform, you go flying through the bottom, sideways down through the level, which can be a little aggravating, right? You know, like there, I actually got this power up, which a little bit of health. Sorry, not a power up, but well, I guess it's power up. Whatever, who gives a shit? Yeah, right there, as you can kind of see, I'm trying to get up on this branch just like I did with Nightcrawler, so I can skip Sabretooth, or not Sabretooth, Juggernaut, and I actually end up falling through the fucking level again. But Jean Grey's there with her flying a bit, you know, and I couldn't not believe how bad that was. Like, I just fell right through the platform. That is really irritating. And, you know, and I've always had a problem with Juggernaut, which is why I've always wanted to try to beat him. And, you know, and I have to be honest, guys, I had no idea, even though I've been playing this game for years, that I could switch my character on the fly. Like, I guess you can do it, like, as far as I understand, maybe I'm wrong, you can switch 2 or 3 times before the ability is eventually taken away. And I had no idea you could do that, and I feel like such a jackass right now. But I mean, it definitely makes the game definitely a lot easier to play. But I don't think I'll ever beat this game. It just kicks my ass. I'm horrible at it. It's like oil and water. I just can't hang. I just don't get it. I mean, it's not to say it's a bad video game, and here I die, just like I always do. So. But yeah, basically that's how I feel when playing X-Men on the Sega Genesis. So guys, if you liked my review, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.